Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. So on the left side, as the biggest and the strongest mech boy, we have a foreign name. So as teammate as the tech marine, we have another foreign name. Which, are they the same name? They appear to be the same name. Spawn as the opponent, as the Farseer, we have Vala Hero, and as the apothecary, we have Dark Riku. If I'm going W, I'm going to go heavy tier 1. Dark Riku is the apothecary player, so he's going to support his Farseer teammate. I'll make 4 shuriken cannons. No gens from the start for me. Let's see. So they are trying to develop a plan. So he's really going to pull out 3 shuriken cannons, the Guardian's weapon teams. That'd be interesting. Not so sure how effective that will be. Guess we'll find out. Mech Boy has teleported forward. Then might go for attacks and pod later, so he's not going for heavy tier 1. Mech Boy does get forced back immediately, but the Howling Bandits will need to fall back relatively soon. We do got a lot of shooters here, and the Tech Marine here to support the orcs. So he was relatively right that they're going to push the Farseer. Up north, we've got the Tactical Marines engaged by the Apothecary and the Tactical Marines and the Scout. And in the center here, we've got the Scouts capturing the requisition point, as the boys are starting to capture up the requisition point and power point as well. Farseer does get a nice special attack there onto the Scouts. Farseer, did he lose? The Farseer has lost quite a bit of resources here. Maybe, yeah, the Farseer actually is the one to deploy out the generators in the safe location. So that's where all the income went for the Farseer, as we got the 2 shooters and the slugger now making their advance. The Howling Banshees can't really engage this and need support. They're glass cannons, so they can't charge in without sustaining huge amounts of fire, plus the sluggers nearby. They're not going to do all too well. We've got Guardian Weapon Team now being deployed on out. And we've also got burners here as well. Up north, we do have the 2 Tactical Marines from the Tech Marine engaged in the 1 Tactical Marine squad of the Apothecary. We do see a nice heal there, getting maximum value from that heal. And got gone for the landmines there, so he has gone for the Artificer Armor, allowing him to deploy out some landmines. Apothecary is being upgraded. The Sacred Sword gives him a very good, durable Apothecary. Missing? I'm not sure. Oh, he's saying somebody's missing, I think. Tactical Marine squads are falling him back, so is the Apothecary. Tactical Marines and the Tech Marine are making their advance, with the Scouts capturing the back line. Over here, Guardian Weapon Teams push their way forward. We'll find the shooters and the slugger in this region. Finds a good angle there, gets some suppression, not a whole lot. And a lot of landmines have been plotted out there. Very nice. We've got these sluggers now advancing. And Stormboy is to jump on in, trying to engage these Guardian Weapon Teams. Farseers, now Howling Banshees are in the region. The Guardian Weapon Team hasn't been actually tied up in melee. Now finally got tied up in melee, getting a lot of extra suppression there. Of course, we're back to Howling Banshees and the Guardian's Weapon Team, but you got the Mech Boy teleports in as well, trying to tie up the Guardian Weapon Team as well. Farseer has broken with the Ghost Helm, which grants the second Mind War ability. Second duel, dealing 40 heavy damage and 100 crit damage every 6 seconds to target enemy and suppresses them, so it's a good long-range suppression ability. Single target seems like, however. Stormboy's jumping in, using the last of their... Actually, no, they actually have plenty of energy remaining. Second Guardian Weapon Team has been deployed out by the Farseer. Got Scouts. Looks like the Apothecary has lost the Scouts in 1 engagement, but has his own Assault Marines. That's what will be decaptured. Got a lot of points being captured up by the Apothecary. And the Orcs are making a soft retreat away, as the Mech Boy does teleport to the low ground, putting some damage in there into the Apothecary, but the Apothecary is very healthy. That's what the mech boy is low in health and low in energy. It does have the battery pack upgrade, which basically turns him himself into a apothecary, giving him a heal and injury restore ability, all in one. Guardian weapon teams picking the way forward, just 2 right now. He said he was going to go for 3. I think 3 is too many. 2 seems like a good number. Assault Marines jump on in, knocking back the Tactical Marines. Tech Marine and shotguns in the region. Making a shotgun blast on the Assault Marines. Assault Marines, of course, do get knocked back. Apothecary's in the mix, well, getting a lot of health regen from his Sigwing sword and his bolt pistol. And Collins receiving healing. The Apothecary does fall back. The Orcs coming for a nice little flank there. Make it the Apothecary, and the Apothecary does go down. Tactical Marines are in the mix of everything as well. They will need to fall back along with Assault Marines. Actually, no, that was the wrong Tactical Marine squad. Guardian weapon teams pushing their way forward, one behind the other. On the left side, we've got the BP being captured up as 2 Guardian weapon teams are starting to engage. Mechboy does fall back. Mechboy does in fact go down as the Howling Banshees gain some good shouts off into this region. Gives a good damage all across the lines. You got the Scout Squads push their way forward as the Northern Forces starts engaging as well. Scout Squad coming from camouflage, trying to go frag grenade or shotgun blast onto these. Guardian team does throw a frag grenade onto this squad here. And start focusing down, gets a full wipe there immediately on that squad. He has to pull out a 3rd one. One of them has fallen back. We got 2 heroes down, one from each side. No, these are both the left side heroes. Farseers gains some good damage in onto the shooters, forcing back those squads. And the Apothecary is actually down there, and now the Farseers coming to pick up the Apothecary. Tactical Marines are engaging the Tactical Marines, both behind heavy cover. And it looks like the Farseer is pitching some damage in. Vision, please? I'm not so sure where. Apothecary could heal himself. Over here, we've got these forces pushing the way forward. Assault Marines do get their Sergeant upgrade, which can be very useful for them. And down south, we've got these forces now advancing. Guardian weapon teams, 2 of them are right here, suppressing these forces, no problem. And the Guardian weapon teams are now Guardian squads making their advance. Able to get some good damage in. The point's still activated, so it has been able to claim it for its own usage. And he does use a big shooter's suppressive fire ability there, but with 2 Guardian weapon team there, should be able to dish out more suppression than they receive. No problem. These horses starting to make their way forward, gain some good damage there onto the Tactical Marines, Tech Marine, blah. Tactical Marines, Tech Marines, all the names just sound all too similar sometimes. And it looks like the Tech Marine has been upgraded the Axe Mechanicus, which is an energy siphon ability, and not being upgraded with the Refractive Field, which gives an energy as health ability. Second Scout Squad has been deployed out by the Tech Marine. Now we do have Depth Dread now deployed out on the field, ready to engage these forces, charging forward, gain some good damage in. One of these Guardian weapon teams could be upgraded to a Bright Lance. I'm not so sure which one will, however. Mechboy is trying to make his way forward, but Mechboy himself is actually quite wounded. Mechboy just needs to fall back. Great hit there onto the Guardian Guardian squad. Got the Warlock being researched, and now Tier 2 is actually being researched by the Farseer, so that Warlock is going to be a bit delayed. These forces starting to make their way forward. We've got a Dreadnought here with the Assault Cannon upgrade. Depth Dread should be able to engage that in melee, no problem. plasma guns onto the tactical marine squad. Not going for storm guard veterans for that squad. Fire dragons being deployed out by the Farseer, ready to engage the Depth Dread. And no bright lands on any of these weapon teams. Soul Squad has been over the Melta Bomb, does build the Melta Bomb in time. Which will suppress it. Now starting to charge on in. Tech Marine now advancing, trying to tie up the Apothecary melee, trying to siphon this energy to prevent any sort of health regen effect. Assault Barrage does come on in on top of the Burnas as the Guardian Weapon team's Farseers are making their advance. Fire Dragon's going to push their way forward, trying to engage the Depth Dread, with the Scouts trying to repair up the Dreadnought while in combat. Fire Dragon's getting some great hits there onto the Depth Dread. They need to continue pursuing it because it potentially could wipe it down. Yeah, he is able to pursue it. Got repair ability being utilized onto the Depth Dread. Slowly but surely, the Depth Dread, however, will be cleaned up. Does get a nice little health there thanks to the battery pack from the Mech Boy. Up north, we've got these horses falling on back. Good hits there on the Tech Marine. Forcing back the Tech Marine as the Tactical Marine squad is severely wounded, but so has all of its models. Guardian Weapon team trying to find a better angle to engage away from the Depth Dread. Depth Dread has managed to get to full health very quickly. That's just a second Depth Dread. Tactical Marine squad falling on back. Too much fire coming onto it as the Apothecary is down and being revived by the Farseer. The Mechanic Max is a pretty good counter to the Apothecary. Advantages have another aspect of strength, and we've got Guardian Weapon teams now going to engage close range against these Storm Boys. Storm Boys do jump away, but they will see quite a bit of fire right there. Depth Dread's charge on forward will destroy the end of the shield there as the Howling Bitch 2 fall back. Do have the anti-vehicle weapon, but there's no up. Oh, here goes the Fire Dreads now engaging the Depth Dread, but the second Depth Dread could tie them up in melee themselves. The Webway Assembly is severely wounded. Does decide to fall back into the Webway. Saving squads, sacrifice the Webway as these Guardian Weapon teams do fall back. Still, none of them upgraded Bright Lance. Yep, and the Howling Bitches did go down in that engagement. Tier 3 has been researched by the Tech Marine, and Tier 3 is on the way for the Mech Boy. The Mech Boy is down as the Tech Marine is going to try to revive him now. Tier 3 being researched by the Apothecary as well. Tier 3 is pretty far away for the Farseer, and the Blood Dragon just went down. Scout Squad received a lot of fire there. The Scout Squad wounded to fall back. Both the squads are now falling back now. We've got Blood Dragons on the high ground. Getting things good damage. Maybe it was not Blood Dragon, but Guardian Weapon team that went down there. And now we've got the Dreadnought, and all these will start making their way forward. The Tech Marines are receiving lots of fire. The Tech Marine just needs to fall back entirely. Farseer making some good damage in, but nope, the Farseer does not get any more damage in. Time for to do a quick upgrade report. We do have the Doombringer. Transfer the Doom ability, which marks the target. Ruin Armor, grants Psionic Storm ability. And we've got the Assault Marines trying to get a Melted Grenade off onto the Death Dread, which they do. Apothecary, of course, has been a Sanguine Chain Sword for extra health, combat stimulants, and the Purification Rites for healing, knockback healing. Of course, we know about the Tech Marine, and the Mech Boy still just has the battery pack. Yep, looks like the Tech Marine has put out a Predator. You've got a number of shield generators being deployed on out as well. This Death Dread is severely wounded, needs repairs from the Burnas, which I don't see them on the field. Mech Boy receiving lots of fire here. He will fall back in time as the Scouts do camouflage, engaging the Fire Dragons in melee. The Scouts do get suppressed by the Shuriken Cannons, lots of Shuriken Cannons. And now 2-3 being researched there by the Farseer. And that is a last cannon Predator. Bring it near the gate. Not so sure what he's referring to. Maybe he's referring to the Predator. And press R. Guess we'll have to wait and see. We do have a Land Raider Redeemer being put out by the Apothecary. Usually we see the Terminators, but he's going for a Land Raider. And Fire Prison being put out as well. Land Raider is very durable, as Fire Prison is longer range unit, so that's a good combination there. Storm Boys do get charging in, force back the Guardian team, but all these weapons here to support as well. Guardian Squad and the Guardian's weapon team do both fall back as well. Dreadnought still alive, has been upgraded to Dark Age of technology, still has the Assault Cannon. Last Cannon Predator can do some great work against that Dreadnought. You got the Melta Bomb there onto the Predator tank. The Dreadnought may do the Assault Barrage, get some good damage there onto the Predator. As the Fire Dragons are actually in the region, and it got Doom ability there onto the Predator, but the Fire Dragons got tied up in melee from the Scouts. Dreadnought's getting time to type the Predator up in melee as well, but the Predator can't actually be tied up in melee. And the Dreadnought will fall back. Farseer will fall back as well. We do got the Scouts or the shooters engaging. Again, ripped apart by the Guardian weapon team and by the Guardian squad. Assault Barrage did come on in, but we've got the two Death Dreads engaging the Dreadnought in melee, and the last cannon's getting some great hits as well. Dreadnought's down to the last 100 health. It goes down to the last cannon Predator. But here comes a Land Raider Redeemer. One of the more rare units, super units to see. That's what the webway assembly here, clearing it up. We've got these forces captured at that point there, and the Predator actually went down to the Fire Prison, loaded up with armor piercing. Not so sure who actually wins in a fight between Land Raider Redeemer and Death Dreads, but I think he's running away. I think he's saying he's not going to risk it. Another Fire Prison being deployed out. He's the Farseer's getting an artillery line. Maybe a good idea to get out a D cannon. D cannon's, of course, excellent versus the sluggers, shooters, and scouts. Pair of frags can be thrown onto that Guardian's weapon team. That's going to be deadly. And does get fully wiped there. Very nice pick there. Didn't even take out the energy shield. We do have another pair being poured out. Likely will be armed with a las cannon because they need anti-vehicle weapons. I'm not sure what got to. Oh, we got Daisy. I saw something being deployed by the Orc player, but it's actually Daisy. Daisy, definitely the rarest of all the super units. Fire Dragon's getting some great shots there. We've got the Psychic Storm ability being utilized by the Farseer, but Daisy's now making his advance, starting to use the Charge ability now, which superheats the roller blade. Shooters do get knocked out of the thing, gets knocked around a bit. Fire Prison falling on back. Either arm piercing or high explosives would be good against the end because they were very, very bunched up right there. But two sets of arm piercing rounds on the armor will do a lot of damage. The Mech Boy can repair up Daisy. Death Dreads are also coming to support as well. We got the Land Raiders charging forward. Great targets there for the Land Raider. But here comes Daisy charging on forward. Does retreat back away from Daisy. Land Raider Redeemer isn't prone to being destroyed right now. Get completely surrounded by the Orc and Tech Marines forces. The Land Raider Redeemer's sustaining massive amounts of fire. Does use the high explosive frag rounds there. Landry Redeemers down to the last bit of health, 29 health remaining, and goes down to Daisy. We've got the Fire Prisms now engaging at long range, loss of vision of region, however. Daisy still has plenty of health remaining. Global Repair has been activated by the Mech Boy. These Fire Prisms fall back, and they receive quite a bit of fire soon. Death Dread has closed that gap, getting some great damage in as Daisy starts firing shots away as well. And that turret going crazy. Fire Prism receiving massive amounts of damage there from the Death Dread. Death Dread does go down there. Fire Dread's getting some sustained fire onto the Battle Wagon. It does get a Melto Bomb in the mix off of there as well. And now is reduced movement speed. Fire Dread still disengaging. Stormboy is trying to tie up the Fire Dreads up in melee. Daisy's almost down, but nothing a whole lot remaining. Not sure what's being deployed there. I think it's Terminators. Yeah, Terminators have been deployed out by the Apothecary. It's going to force melee attack the Battle Wagon, trying to take out Daisy. Got something deployed there, Bright Lance, and Daisy does in fact go down. We've got these forces pushing their way forward, engaging the Guardian Squad. All these forces are quite wounded. They need to fall back relatively soon. Apothecary nice healing in, and we do have the Terminator squad still unupgraded, but charging its way forward. We'll be able to capture Central VP. Blue doesn't have a whole lot of VPs remaining, so if Red is able to hold on just long enough for this VP, they will be able to win. The Farseer doesn't have a whole lot remaining, being upgraded for now with the Spirit Stones. Predator, oh, it's severely wounded. Prone team being wiped even on automatic weapons fire. Bright Lance gets a good hit there, almost takes out the Predator with that shot. Melta Bomb is enough to take out the Predator. Does get connected there, that should take out the Predator tank, no problem. And Predator tank does go down to the Melta Bomb. Over here, these forces are not pushing this way forward. These forces are making their way forward. I think the Tech Marine sort of may have been AFK. Now we've got the Cyclone missiles for the Terminator. Relatively rare item for the Terminators, honestly. Lightning Claws usually get the primary upgrade. The Orc forces are making their way forward. Bit of camouflage. Tactical Marines are charging forward, not reinforced. The Tech Marine doesn't have a whole lot of resources left, but we've got a Venerable Dreadnought now deployed out on the field. We have the last cannon here by the Devastators, as well as close to the Fire Prism as well. Fire Dragon's able to get some good shots there onto the Venerable Dreadnought. Shooters are just making that general attack forward as well, as the Terminators could fire the Cyclone missiles to those forces. There's a lot of possibilities. Venerable Dreadnought receiving quite a bit of fire there. The VPs are secured by the blue team. And there goes the Venerable Dreadnought down to 1 less health and has the final stand ability being activated. Venerable Dreadnought does go down. Got these Commando Squads with Doom on them. Camouflage and Doom. And something being called on there. Not sure what, however. Is that another Venerable Dreadnought? Nope, a reinforced prop pod. The blue team doesn't have a whole lot of forces left. We've got some rocks now being poured on out here trying to stop, delay the capture of the Central VP. And it looks like the blue team has surrendered. This Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.